Hello everyone, welcome to the channel. Today we're gonna do this quick lab. It's actually there's some improper configurations to this VLANs and inter-VLAN routing. So we're given this lab where we need to troubleshoot inter-VLAN routing, try to find out where that improper configuration's been done. So this is actually very helpful because since on our previous videos we just been um, setting up the configurations, how to configure VLANs, how to trunking and setup, all those things. So we didn't really do any troubleshooting, right? So this is actually really good packet tracer where you get to troubleshoot what's going on and find out the issue and address that issue and implement some solution to that. Okay, so we are given one router, one switch, PC3, PC1. Okay, and then so here it says on our objectives today, we're gonna locate network problems. Okay, and then implement the solution, and then verify network connectivity. Okay, all right. So in this activity, you will troubleshoot connectivity problems caused by improper configurations related to VLANs and inter-VLAN routing. Okay, so that's this is a really good lab where everything is predefined. They probably switched up some VLANs and some IP address. So we need to find out which one has the wrong VLANs. What's causing it, and then we're gonna address that with the proper configurations. Okay. So this is really helpful when you're out in the field and if you have problems with your VLANs, or if it's not, if you're having problem with your inter-VLAN routing, or if the trunking, if the device is not it's not on the right VLAN that's supposed to be. So this lab gonna kind of run you down on that and how to address those issues. Okay. All right. So instruction part one: locate the network problems. Okay. Examine the network and locate the source of any connectivity issues. All right. So commands you may find useful. Um, Okay. So we're gonna run all these commands to see if there's any um, in any improper configurations on those devices. Okay, so these are very good commands that you can use every time to check and verify that it's been properly configured, so you don't run into an issue later down the road. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to ping. I'm gonna run this actually command. I'm gonna just out of curiosity. All right, I'm gonna ping from PC1 to PC. So I'm gonna ping PC3. Okay, let's do what happens. Right. So ping 172.117.30.0. Right. Let's ping that. What happens? All right, I'm waiting. Looks like it's not pinging. Okay, so we have an issue right here. Okay, why it's not talking? Um, I know that on our previous videos I've talked about when they're not on a when they're on a different VLAN, right? For example, this PC1 is on VLAN 10, and then the PC3 is on VLAN 30. So they will not be able to communicate unless we enable trunking, correct? So we're going to check the trunking. So here we go. It's not talking. Uh, um, so we found that even the it's not pinging. Okay. So there's something wrong with the trunking configuration as well. All right. So I'm gonna go ahead and go to the router. All right. Follow the steps. CLI. Let's do that and enable config config term. Actually, hold on. I'm gonna go back. All right. I don't have to be in the configuration mode to run this. It won't even run. So let's do IP address, right? That's the basic configuration to show anything that's going on that interface. All right, there you go. So so IP interface brief will show everything that's on that network. Okay, everything that's actually connected or up or down. Okay, so right off the bat, I see that this gigabit Ethernet 1 is up. That's good. But as you see down here, 1.10, which is part of the gigabit Ethernet 1, it's down. Both status are down. Administratively down and protocol is down. So that's not good. We want that to be up. And as you can see that the dot 10 refers to the VLAN 10, okay? And then dot 30 refers to that VLAN 30, okay? Um, because it's a logical connection, right? So it's a part of this Ethernet 1, but um, because of the VLANs, they have a separate network, right? That's what the VLANs does. It's segments the network. So that's the beauty of VLANs, that where you can segment the network, even if it's sharing the common infrastructure. You can still segment the network um, through VLANs. All right, so and I see that gigabit Ethernet 30, which is up, but the VLAN 1 is down. Okay, so there's our one problem. Actually, we got one, two. Okay, and this one is down too. Gigabit Ethernet 00, that's one. So we have three interfaces that are currently down. So we want them to be up. That's that's one reason that it didn't ping. When I tried to ping PC3 from PC1, it didn't ping. So all right, I'm just gonna go ahead and run all these commands here, okay? Just so you can see what's going on here. /1 dot, dot. Okay. Now I just pulled up just this single interface, just the VLAN 10. Okay. Um, so I wanted to see just the VLAN 10 as it says right here to run that. So it is down. Yep. Now, the one thing I want to make sure is encapsulation 802.1q. I think that's not what we are using. I think um, we need to use, so for layer 3 switch, you need to use .1q. So I see that encapsulation is wrong. And then okay, what's this VLAN ID 30, but that's 10. See, so there's another issue right here. So that this interface VLAN 10 is assigned to a VLAN ID 30. So that's a mistake right here. So we need to change that. We need to make sure they match, right? Now they're not matching. So that's one. So there's two. So we're gonna put the right encapsulation, and then we're gonna make that VLAN ID 10. So I see that's okay. That's an issue right there. And let's do show interface /1 dot 30. Right now I just want to see the interface for VLAN 30. Okay, nothing else. All right. So if you go look the status, which is up, okay, that's good. We have the that up, and so you also want to match the internet IP address to this right here, your default gateway. So that looks good for the previous one. So we have the right default gateway, um, and encapsulation is still, we gotta change that. Still has 802.1q, supposed to be a dot for trunking .1q, right? um and then virtual VLAN ID 10. Okay, so I guess they're switched. So their VLAN's ID, it's been switched. So we need to fix that. Okay, we need to assign it to the right VLAN, which is 30. So we're gonna work on that, and let's do. I'm gonna see if there's any trunk configuration. So interface trunk. Nothing comes up. That means the trunking hasn't been enabled. You know why? Because when we first ping PC3, it didn't ping. So we know right off the bat that okay, the trunking is not enabled on this system. So, all right. So we got to do a couple of things, right? Um, Here it says test connectivity and use the necessary show commands to verify configurations. We already did that. We verified that we have a couple of interfaces down and then two VLANs that are switched up. And then verify that all configure settings match the requirements shown in the addressing table, which is this. I'm going to match it to the right um, interface, right? You're gonna match the right. Make sure the interface is going. The IP address, everything. VLAN 10 goes to VLAN. Stuff like that. Okay. So list all of the problem solution in the documentation table. Okay. So first problem, I see that gig 1 physical status is up, but the VLAN 10, which is your sub interface, is administratively down. That's a problem you can write. And the solution for that would be we would implement the no shutdown command to enable the VLAN 10, or if you want to say gig 01.10 sub interface. So we would implement no shutdown command to bring it up. Okay, that's your solution right there. Now, second problem. Now, I wanted to check. Okay, let's and then the second problem you can write is so interface gig 1 on the switch. Oh, you know what? So interface port, that should be, no, not on the router. We want to run that on switch number 1. My gosh. Okay, so let's do that. Enable so interface trunk. Nothing. We have nothing. Okay. Um, so gig 1 on the switch is configured as an maybe access port instead of trunk port, right? Gig 1 or gig 2. Gig 1 usually gigabit Ethernet should always be trunking. So that's your problem. So we're gonna change. We're gonna use the command switch port mode trunk to change the interface from access mode to trunk mode. That's how you change the port. And then I wanted to see something really quick. I want to check their IP addresses. Okay, so this is PC1. We got, that's right. The IP address for is right. Subnet mask looks right. And then default gateway looks right. So that's good. All right, I'm gonna check here to just to make sure that they have all the right configurations on the. Oops, where am I going here? Right here. All the IP configuration are properly configured. Okay. Okay, IP address is right. Subnet mask is right. Okay, default gateway is wrong. Okay, so we're gonna change that to 30. That's just right away. All right, your default gateway should be .30.1 for PC3. Awesome. We are already at 20%. So the other issue you can write is the PC1 is configured with the wrong um, default gateway address, right? So what you do is you change from 10 to 30. That's what we did. So these are your problems. All right, so I'm going to start implementing the solutions for all this. All right, so let's start with router 1. Where's my router 1? All right, so we're going to work this. We're going to fix this issue, right? Okay, so let's go ahead and do config term. I know I'm going to work on VLAN 10, which is because VLAN 10 is down. And then I'm gonna work down to 30, VLAN 30, and the other stuff. All right, trunking. Okay, so let's go to interface, right? Interface, gig, it's gonna be 0/1.10. Okay. Now we're in that sub interface, and then we're gonna do what? No shutdown, right? Okay, so this will bring up. Now that status is up, and as you can see, completion 30%. Nice. Okay, now let's do same thing for VLAN 30. All right, interface gig 0/1 dot what 30, right? All right. Actually, no, 30 is up, already up. We don't need to bring it up. Okay, my bad. Let's do interface. I'm gonna remove the encapsulation. Let's do that. So interface 1/1.10, and then let's do no encapsulation 1Q, right? 1Q. All right. Okay. And then let's go, and then we're gonna do for 30 as well. Since we're here, no encapsulation. Okay, now we're gonna put that encapsulation back here. So go back to 10. Now we're gonna say encapsulation dot 1Q is the right one. Okay. Oops, what happened there? Q. Now you wanna do 10 because that's a VLAN 10. Okay. Now we want to go ahead with 30. There you go. We're at 80%. Wow. Okay. And then we gotta assign IP address as well. Okay. For sub interface 10 and 30. All right. So let's do. Let's go back to. I'm gonna do. You can do interface. Yep, 30. So we can do that. And then IP address. What is this? 172.17.10.1. Okay. And then you want to put 255.255.2. Yeah. Okay. That's good. Let's do it for this guy as well. 172.1, 17.30.1, 255.255.255.0. All right. So we are good on that side. Now let's do the last one we gotta do is we gotta configure switch 1 gig 1 port as trunking. So enable config term. Oops, what happened? Config All right, now interface /1, and then that's gonna be switch. So you wanna switch port mode trunk, right? Awesome, awesome. We are at 100%. Okay. All right, so we have successfully completed the lab, and we fixed the issue. We fixed the improper configurations. Now everything is they're all configured properly, and so I'm gonna close this guy. I'm gonna ping this guy again, just to make sure that they ping. I'm sure it's gonna ping. There you go, nice. So it's pinging. They have the connectivity. Everything's working, and you can ping from here to here. It should ping with no issue. And I think that's it for this video. We're at 100%. Thank you guys. And I will catch you in another video. All right, have a good day.